you will not understand my praise if you've not been through, if you have no idea what I've been through. Serious, that's just like the summary. Like, you cannot understand it. Like, you cannot tell me, oh, I understand. You cannot, because you actually do not understand unless you've experienced it for yourself. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jumoke. If you're just joining us for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and take your time to watch other videos. I'm so sure you'd love them. Okay. I know I took so long with part 3 and I'm so sorry. I needed to be in the right frame of mind before filming, and I'm glad I'm finally doing this. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Most importantly, I hope you're truly blessed by my story so far. Please don't forget to share this video with as many people as you can. I would really love and appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so I ended up part 2 explaining to you guys how we got pregnant in 2017 and how that entire experience was for us. It was really a tough time. I'm not even about to front and form like one strong girl, but again, I'm grateful to God for letting us go through that, because I mean, it makes us more thankful for where we're at now. And so yes, I don't even take all of everything I went through for granted at all. I just want to say to someone out there watching this, please hang in there. Like I've always said, hang in there and reach out if you need to reach out to me. I'm willing and ready to pray for as many people as I can. I want as many people to be blessed and to just gain some sort of hope via my story. If you're watching this and you've not seen part 2 or part 1, please stop watching this right now. Don't let me fight you. Stop watching it now. Go and watch part 1 and 2. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed yet, please now, oh yeah, I'm begging, please subscribe. I really love you to subscribe. I ended part 2 we explained to you guys the entire 2017 experience, and yes, I'm grateful to God for that experience. I'm grateful because it's part of what has made me who I am today. So we moved on with our lives. I mean, we went on business as usual. Got more involved in things that kind of distracted us from wanting to have a child, basically. So I got more serious with my business. My husband got, obviously he's always been serious with work, so I mean, he just took work more seriously. And then we also spent time together, decided to like build our relationship, you know, try to be better people, try to be better even as a couple, rather than, you know, just saying child, you know, try to develop ourselves really, because obviously we knew that when a child would come, it kind of would make or mar our relationship. So yeah, we tried to like make our relationship better and be more sort of in love. And yeah, the year 2018, to be honest, we didn't really put in so much effort with trying again, because at that point we're just exhausted with the entire, you can't even imagine how many drugs I had taken at that point, and how many injections I had taken at that point, and how many tests I had done at that point. You know, it was just so much, and I just needed like a break, like a mental break, really. So aside very basic regular medications and treatments, we didn't put in too much effort. We're just like trusting God, really. So June 2019, something happened. So a friend reached out to me, and she's like, oh, the Spirit of God had told her to start like a women's fellowship, and she's been kind of reluctant, but I mean, she's just decided to go on with it. So she's inviting me for the first fellowship, for the first meeting. And you know, the funny thing, I wasn't even reluctant. Like immediately she said it, I was excited along, and I'm like, okay, she sent me the details, you know, blah blah blah. And the day for the meeting came. It was June 7th, 2019. And so on June 7th, 2019, I went for the fellowship. It was late at night at our place, and you know, we gathered here with some other sisters and we prayed. And you know, it was a very God, I loved that session so much. Like, it was very defining for me. It was really defining for me, and I really feel like I left there with some sort of peace. At that point, I just knew that 2019 was my year. I don't even know. I can't even explain or describe sort of peace I felt. Like I was so excited about this fellowship, guys. Like, so I remember when I was leaving, so we obviously shared our prayer points, and I was like, oh, my 50th wedding anniversary was in 2 months, and I just want God to like give us like a turnaround in our marriage. And I also said that we're trusting God for a couple of things, and I told them to pray along with me. And yes, so we prayed. Everybody shared their prayer points, and we prayed. Now, still in June 2019, we were to have another fellowship, and on that same day my church was having a vigil, so I planned to attend both, so both the fellowship and then the vigil. So I got back from work, did everything, made dinner, did everything I needed to do, went upstairs to like get ready to go for fellowship, and I don't even know what happened that day. I just dozed off, and yes, I woke up like right when it was time for us to go for vigil. So I couldn't make it to the fellowship. So I sent a message like, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't really explain what happened. I got back from work. I was so tired. And I dozed off. And she was like, oh, no problem. We prayed for you. We prayed again. And so yeah, we went for this vigil. Guys, this was the day I knew that, see, when you really trust God and when you really give God when you really hand over everything to God, and just that you're not worrying anymore, you're not worried anymore, that you really left it for God. This just, I can't even describe this level of peace that just falls on you. So this vigil slash fellowship night, so I missed fellowship and I went for vigil. We had a guest at that vigil, Bishop Okay, and when he was praying and prophesying, I don't want to bore you guys with the entire event of the vigil, but there was something that stood out for us. So he prophesied that some people will relocate, not abroad relocation, like relocate within Nigeria, but it's going to be huge. And then he also prophesied that, and then he also said that the he had a revelation and saw babies at the altar. And then he said, if you're believing God for the fruit of the womb, run to the altar and pick up your child. It was like a joke. If you see the way I was even tired and sleepy at that point, but if you see the way I jumped up, it was like I was seeing the child. Like I ran with my husband, went to the altar, we picked up more than one child again. Picked up like well, not like they were actual children there, but I'm sure you get what I mean. We picked up our babies and we prayed, and we left there with more assurance. Like, I mean, we just left there we left there with believing God that okay, it is done and our prayers have been answered. In fact, okay, our anniversary was in August, and I remember I told my husband in August, and I said, well, this was like I wanted us celebrating grand because it was going to be our last anniversary as with our kids. From the next anniversary, we're going to be with children. And my mother was just like, okay, oh, this woman, you've come again. Like, because I always used to say that, but this time around, I was so convinced. I was so convinced. And so we had a little get together. We had a really, very private and intimate celebration. And October, October 2019, guys, I confirmed I was pregnant. Oh my God. My husband was on this day, this particular day, the joy. Like even in our when we went to the hospital to get a blood work done and to confirm, if I was pregnant or not. When the results came out, they came to give us our results with praise and worship. Like in my hospital, everybody, I'm not even joking, like everybody gathered to give God all the glory. Like we gathered to thank God. My husband was just there crying. My doctor was not at the hospital at the time, but then they called us to let her know that, oh, Jumoke's results came back positive, and she was just so excited, praying over the phone. It was just a very beautiful time. Like it was just so beautiful. It was just like, God is such an amazing God. Like it will not say a thing and not do it. It was so beautiful. It was such a very beautiful experience. Obviously, this time I became extra careful. Nobody even had to tell me. I had to take time off work, like not immediately, but I mean after like a few weeks. I had to take time off work because I needed to be like very careful. At this point, I understood my body, I understood my system, and I knew that okay, my entire system wasn't kind that when you are pregnant you'll be all over the place. Like you need to be calm for a few weeks, and maybe after first trimester, then you can move around as often as you wanted. So yes, I had to be like very calm. I had to be extra careful. I had to be very watchful. I was just, not, I wasn't even moving around. I was like in my house, like on my bed, literally. Every day of this pregnancy, it was like I was fighting a battle. And I won't say battle, but it was just like I was contending with something and I needed to be victorious. So I was very prayerful. I was extremely prayerful. And then my birthday came in November. It was on a Sunday. I remember that day I just went to church feeling so special. I'm like, okay, I'm pregnant on my birthday. I remember that day. I'll see if I can find a picture and put on the screen. It was just a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience, and everything was going well until one day I started bleeding. In this 29, November 2019. Yeah. Okay. So let me tell you how it started. So I was just in the house that day. My husband was not in town, he wasn't in Lagos. I was just in the house that day. I was with, I think my sister-in-law was in the house with me as well, but she wasn't in the house at that time. And just like that, my stomach started aching me. Remember how my stomach was aching me in 2017? This one was worse. It was so bad. Like, I thought I was not going to make it. God forbid, God forbid. It was so bad. It was like Nollywood. My stomach was aching me. I was on the bed, and then before I knew it, I got on the floor. It was legit like Nollywood. I got on the floor and I was rolling. I felt like I was not going to make it out of that situation. It was so bad. So I went, obviously, I had to, my sister, I couldn't even go downstairs. I couldn't even shout. Like, it was as if something was just tightening me. So I was just able to grab my phone. I was on the bed. I had to like pull the sheets down to get through to my phone. So I was rolling on the floor to get. It was just like an entire. That episode was just like I can't even find the words to like explain how that e- how that particular episode was. So we go to the hospital and they had to like the nurses had to quickly come get me, and then they took me to the ward and they were just observing me, tried to give me something to like calm, they tried to give me something to like calm that entire whatever was going on, and I became calm for a moment, and I was just like okay, everything is fine, everything is fine, everything is fine. Okay. So when I got very stable, my husband was calling, so just kept on calling to be sure that everything was fine. And when everything was stable, I think we went back home. Like, days after, my stomach wasn't aching me again. It was now like I started bleeding. Let me even tell you. When I saw this blood, I just remembered what happened to me before. I was just like, not again, Jesus. Ah! But then, as I was saying that not again, one spirit on my inside was saying, because I heard from my fellowship, the word my fellowship leader gave me was Jumoke, this is it. Like this is it. As in, this pregnancy is here to stay. So every time, so when that blood episode started, I was just like, this is it, Lord. This is it, Spirit of God. No evil affliction shall not rise the second time. I was just like praying and always speaking the word. And I won't lie, you. I was scared. I was so scared because the blood wasn't little. I was bleeding. So when I got to the hospital, I saw my doctor, and my doctor at some point she started calling me fear because any little thing made my heart to just skip. But you will not blame me. Anyway, when I got to the hospital that day, you know, she's just like, what is it? I'm like, I'm bleeding, I'm bleeding. She's like, okay, calm down. We'll fix, we'll check, we'll do a scan to check what. So we did a scan, and we saw that I was bleeding from another sac. So apparently, I had more than one sac, which means that I had more than one child again. So I was bleeding from another sac, and I'm sure you can understand what that means. And so she told me, she's like, okay, but the other sack is doing fine. The other sack, which is the other baby, is doing very fine. When I told my husband, his faith was so strong. He was just like, no, the baby is going to survive it. My children are strong children. You know, so when I called Jazza a survivor, it's because this baby has been through so much. And looking at him now, how healthy he is, how, you know, how adorable and precious he is. I'm just like, who wants to tell me how to tell my God thank you? Like when people tell me, my mom was telling me someone saw my video and was telling her, did her husband approve of it? Is her husband aware she's saying this much? Guys, you will not understand my praise if you've not been through, if you have no idea what I've been through. Serious, that's just like the summary. Like you cannot understand it. Like you cannot tell me, oh, I understand. You cannot, because you actually do not understand unless you've experienced it for yourself. Chazelle is a survivor, and I'm so grateful to God for this baby. Like we are okay. Let me not jump. I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay, so I left the hospital that day. I was sad, but again, I was grateful that, you know, though I had more than one baby, obviously I lost one, and I was grateful to God that my other baby was doing very fine and it was super healthy. There was nothing wrong. My husband was just like, okay, let's do it. It's coming again in another hospital. Maybe my second baby is still there. And I was at this point, it dawned on him that okay, it's just one baby now. Let's just face it. That's our reality. Baby number two did not survive. Baby number two is gone. And glory to God, glory to God. I mean, like, there was a time I was even crying, and my husband was like, come on, don't. It was so upset with me. He's like, how and why are you crying? Are you so ungrateful to God that He has blessed you in one? You are crying because you don't have number two. Are you even joking? Every week, we're always celebrating a new week, and my friend, I'm so tempted to call her name, but I don't know if she wants me to call her name, but okay, so my friend, was praying for me every week of my pregnancy. She called me and she told me, Jumoke, I just want you to relax, and don't think about anything. I'm fasting and praying for you every Thursday. God, I love see, she has this very special place in my heart, and I love her so much. I'm so grateful to God for blessing me with her. She's so amazing. Like every Thursday, somebody was fasting and praying on my behalf. That was just so huge for me. Like, I'm so grateful to you. Okay, so my pregnancy was so beautiful. I won't even lie. I didn't have any issues at all. Like, I was glowing. I was glowing, guys. I was looking so beautiful. I was a really beautiful journey. There were no issues whatsoever. The baby was healthy. And then by third trimester, that was the real battle. Okay, so this was the point where I knew that my strength alone wasn't going to carry me anymore. I'm just grateful for everybody surrounded with me with. I'm going to end this video with shouting out to a number of people, but let me just focus on the story. So by third trimester, it was like another journey entirely. My third trimester was like the real battle. Remember when I said that when I realized I was pregnant, it was as though I was contending with something. Like I became, very prayerful. I didn't know that all that prayer, I needed it more during my third trimester. So during one of the hospital visits, they started with saying that, oh, my baby, after the test that they had carried out, it suggested that my baby was anemic. I mean, I was just like, anemic. Isn't that anemia? They just said all sorts of things, and I remember they eventually said that they needed to take a part of the baby's blood while still in my womb to run some tests. That means that while I was still pregnant, they were going to put a needle through my belly to take blood from the baby to run some tests. And I remember this particular hospital visit, the doctor was like, the levels of his blood cells were so high and that they couldn't take any chances anymore, that they needed to, that it was, there was an, so they were going to like have like an emergency procedure done like the next day, and they would have to do it at John Hopkins Hospital. Now, if you Google John Hopkins Hospital, it's like one of the best hospitals in the world, which means, technically means, one of the most expensive hospitals in the world. Where were we going to raise the money for a procedure that needed to be done like in 24 hours? Anyway, that day I broke down. I didn't even just break down because of the money. I broke down more because I was just like, what is it safe? As in, am I the only one? How am I at this point? At this time, I was already like in my I was 8 months pregnant. Why do they need to carry out a procedure at this time of my pregnancy? It's true, because the doctor even now went as far to tell me that it was 50-50 chance of survival. I'm like, wait, everybody get it together. What are people saying? This thing is not a joke. How can you be telling me all of this? But Melvin just told me, he wasn't there with me, so he just kept on calling and telling me to be strong. My mother-in-law, friends, everybody, my friend, everybody was just telling me to be strong. My cousin, that I was going to go in it and come out safe. I was so scared. At this point, I didn't even have strength anymore. I was just so weak. I'm just like, a procedure at one time. But this is the thing that happened. So on the day of this procedure, we got to John Hopkins and they didn't let my mom follow me in, so I had to like go alone. First of all, it was a very long walk and my stomach was so big, so I was so tired. But anyway, I got through, and then this doctor came. Apparently she's like one of the best in the hospital. So she came and just said, okay, before we go in for the procedure, she just wanted to check the levels of the baby's blood cells again, because as of yesterday it was really high. That's why they called for an emergency procedure. Now the procedure that even happened on the day before, but because it was already towards evening and it was something that was going to take a while, like the before and after needed me to be with, as it was going to take a while, so they had to like schedule it for the next day. Now she was like, she had already dressed up for the theater. They had already briefed me. I'd even signed some documents. We're about to proceed to the theater. But then my mom called just to like pray, like find out. She was outside waiting for me. And so she called and she's like, Jumoke, you're not going to have this procedure. And I was just like, Mommy, I'm dressed, like we're about to go. She's like, no, you're not going to have this procedure. You're going to come out. My husband too told me that he and my friend, they prayed for me the night before, and everything. He just said everything was going to go well. And right when I was about to go, my mom was like, "You're not going to have this procedure. You're not going to have this procedure." She's just going to. And I was like, "Mommy, I'm already going inside. As in, this your fate, safe. I don't already they go." And so right before we went, like I said, the doctor said, okay, she wanted to like a final check on the baby to check what the levels are as at the time. She wanted to compare it to the results from the day before, just to see if it was even worse or if it was still the same. She didn't even say better, because there was no way it would have been better. It was so high. And so she started checking. Wait. And she checked. Literally, I was there for like 30-45 minutes laying down, because she kept on repeating the same scan, the same ultrasound. She kept on checking. And she's like, were you giving any medications? I'm like, nope. Did you do anything differently from yesterday? I'm like, nope. She's like, because your baby is very fine. I was like, wait, what? Oh my God. I'd already paid though, you guys, not the entire fee, but I'd already paid part of it. I'd signed documents. Everybody was dressed for the theater. I was dressed for the theater. The nurse had come in to brief me. The doctor was dressed. Everything was set. The theater was ready. She's like, your baby is very fine. I'm like, wait, what? Didn't, because before she came, the nurse had already checked me. So apparently the nurse had gone to tell her that, ma, as in, the baby is fine. Jesus is so beautiful. And she's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but we're going to have to cancel this procedure. You guys will not understand. See, everybody had to put everything they had to do that day on hold for my sake. Like people around me at the time. My husband wasn't here, wasn't with me. So my mom and my sister couldn't go to school. She couldn't go to work. Like they had loaded the trunk of the car with food because I was going to for a procedure, and I was going to stay back, and it was a procedure and not a minor one. This was something that they're going to choke needle inside the baby in my womb, and they had told me that the survival chance was 50-50. And the doctor is telling me she's sorry, she has to. I'm like, you don't have to be sorry. She's like, she's sorry, she'll have to cancel the procedure. I'm like, wow, God, is this how you used to do? I saw the result myself yesterday. Okay, I'm going to like give a scenario. So say it was like a 1.7 yesterday and the borderline is 1.5, whatever levels they are checking. Now, when she did the procedure again on the day when she did the ultrasound again on the day I was supposed to have the procedure, the levels became like a 1.3. Like perfect from a 1.7 the day before. Now, see, God is an amazing. Jesus is beautiful. That's my tagline. Jesus is beautiful. Because that's the only explanation. This doctor was asking me if I took any medications, if I did anything differently. She was shocked. And she's like, it would be so mean if I went ahead with this procedure. I've never seen anything like this. There's no explanation to why, the levels from yesterday to today had come down. She was actually very sorry that they had to put me through the stress of even coming, Can we just take a moment to tell Jesus thank you? As in, thank him on Jumoke's behalf, Jumoke and Jeremiah's behalf, because I don't even know if you've said thank you enough. I got out of the ward that day and I was so excited to. My mom was already, they weren't even expecting me like in the next hour because they were already chilled with all the food in the trunk, they were watching movies in the car. And then they saw me from a distance and my mother was first of all like, what is she doing here? Let's go home, procedure cancelled. And she's like, procedure what? I'm like, cancelled. So I explained everything to her and they're just like, oh, God is so amazing. And then we went home. But that was not the end. After a few more days, they came back again to say that the baby wasn't breathing well and that they may need to take him out. It wasn't breathing well and it was so big. It was a very big baby and it wasn't breathing well and they needed to take him out before he became a full-time baby. That means I was going to have to birth a preterm baby. I'm just like, no, you guys cannot even mess with my emotions anymore. Have you forgotten what God did at John Hopkins? Please. So I wasn't even shaking. I wasn't even shaking again. This time around, my feet was now, I had leveled up, I had leveled up my faith and I remember I had to go to the hospital several times. I'll see if I'm permitted to insert clips somewhere, pictures somewhere. I had to go to the hospital several times because they had to monitor the baby's heart rate and to be sure that if they needed. So I remember there were several times that I would go to the hospital with my hospital bag because depending on his heart rate, I didn't know if they were going to take him out or not. But we kept on pushing, and I was so big. And just when the time was right, it was time for Jazel to come. I'm so grateful to God. I know I had to take out so many details of this testimony, and I'm so sorry. The full gist, undiluted, will be in a book that I'm writing. and I'm not sure when that will be ready yet, but definitely announce it to everyone when it's ready. Because at the point after Jumoke that my husband and myself changed the name we had initially set aside for our child. We had initially said we were going to name him Jamin, which means the right hand of favor. But because of everything that happened just at the time before he arrived, we had to change the name to Jazel. Jazel means given by God, because the boy was a survival. Just when time was right, God brought Jazel to us, or God gave us Jazel just when time was right. His birth was so easy. I was saying to my mom that, everything I was going through at the theater, I was in pain, I was shivering, and in like 2 minutes, I heard the baby cry. And because of everything I was going through, it didn't dawn on me that it was my child. Like, I thought a baby had entered I thought the baby had entered the theater with us, and I just heard my mom say, "Oh no," because my husband couldn't, because of COVID, he couldn't make it at the time. As I was in a different country, so my mom was the one who was with me, so she was with me in the theater. So when, like I said, I thought another baby was the one who came in. I didn't even realize it was my child. I just heard my mom say, "Okorire, Oluwaseun, Okorire." And it was at that point I was just like, "Oh Jesus, I'm now a mother." Thank you. Oh God, that was so precious. I have videos from that moment, but unfortunately I can't share because it's so special to my family, and it's just like that part of us that will forever hold dear. So unfortunately I can't share, but trust me, that was really, really, really precious. That was a very precious moment. Why so many people have also asked me, "Oh, why are you doing this? Why are you sharing this much details?" And to be honest, the reason I'm doing this, honestly, is just to give God all the glory, and not just giving him all the glory, to actually reach out to so many people who have been in like a very difficult phase of their lives, who have been trusting God for particular things, for the very little things of life, even for life partners, for car, for good job, to own properties, to be for financial freedom, for sound health. Just to let you know that God is still in the business of doing miracles, and I really don't want you to doubt him for any reason. If somebody had told me even last year, January, that today I was going to be a mother, I would have laughed at them, because I didn't see it coming. Please join me to tell God, thank you. Thank you so much for everything you've done in Jumoke and Dreamer's life. God is so awesome, guys. Now it's time for my shout out. I need to shout out to a number of people who were there for me. This is just an opportunity to tell them thank you so much for standing by me. Thank you for your prayers, for your love, for cooking for me, for being there for me, for everything. Thank you so much. Shout out to my husband, Jeremiah Dan-Okayi. Shout out to you, baby. Thank you so much for being a superman. Thank you for being my sweetheart. Thank you for being my darling. Thank you for being my husband. Thank you for doing life with me. I love you so much, and I'm so grateful to God for you. Thank you for your strength. Thank you for being an amazing husband, and now the best baby daddy ever, the best daddy, best father ever. Thank you so much, Jeremiah. I really love you so much, and I appreciate you. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you for being there for me. Mommy would go all out. Like, God bless you, amazing mothers. And we even, like, my mother was so amazing. Oh God, anywhere I was, when I just start feeling anything, especially the third trimester, when I had so many back and forth with the hospital, as I had so many episodes I haven't even mentioned, so many emergencies. Once I called my mom, I need to go to the hospital now. Wherever she was going to just, get to me and ensure that I was at the hospital and I was being attended to well. She slept with me several times. She was just always there. Please, if you are hearing my baby's sound, please just ignore and focus on me, okay? And thank you to my mommy. Yaaayyyyy. Thank you, mommy. Though we fought, no, we fought like a couple of times. My mommy is so amazing. Like, so she was so selfless. Like, in the middle of the night, because oh, that third trimester, the sleeping was even something else. But you know, in the middle of all of that, she will come and check up on me, make sure I was feeling well. She'll make me anything I wanted to eat. Thank you, mommy, so much. I love you. Thank you to my daddies, my daddy-in-law and my daddy. Thank you, daddy, so much for your love, for always praying for me. I know my dad, see, I felt like my dad was like the happiest human alive on the day I had Jazel, so he named him Asha. Anyway, daddy, grandpa, Asha, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you to my daddy-in-law, Bishop, thank you so much. Thank you, Busayo. Thank you, Ife. Thank you so much for being there for me. Thank you to my father and my mother-in-law. Thank you, mommy and daddy, for your support. Thank you for always praying for me. Thank you, mommy, so much, mommy. You know, in November last year, my mother-in-law came to Lagos to stay with me, and you know, before I wake up in the morning, she would have brought breakfast by my side. She was so amazing. Thank you to my sister-in-law. Thank you to my brother-in-law and his wife, Victor and me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chide. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you so much to Phoebe Dami Asolo, Jazzle's godmother. Thank you so much, Phoebe. I love you so much. And you know this. Thank you so much for everything. And to all my friends, God, there's a lot of you guys. So I actually filmed the part where I mentioned names, but I think I missed out some people's names, so I had to come back to sit and film this part without names and just say all my friends. Shout out to you. But I especially want to mention um 3 people, just a few people. Thank you so much to Enyola. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. Shout out to my work besties, Nikki and Gwenga. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to my Melia. Oh, Daddy gave me a house. Oh, well, I wasn't a part of the planning, but Daddy allowed us to use a house at the time for my surprise baby shower. That was, see, I feel like I'm I feel like that's a moment I need to frame, because that what she did was so special. Thank you so much, Daddy. You may or may not be watching this, but if you're watching this, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Joanna. Shout out to my friends, Sheyi, Ijoma, Jessica. Thank you guys so much. To everybody, literally, Jamachi, Dozie. Shout out to all my friends. Shout out to all my friends for supporting me one way or the other. Thank you to all my clients. Oh my god, my clients are the best, literally. Like they knew when I needed, you know, time away. Shout out to my team members. Oh my god, you guys, thank you for holding the fort. Thank you for not letting my company go down the drain. Even in all of this, I was still making money, and it's just because of you guys. Thank you so much, so much. Thank you to my cousin-in-law, Ajuma, thank you so much. I love you so much. Now, shout out to my Virtuous Art Network sisters. Shout out to my Africa Link Fellowship family. I love you so much. Shout out to my everybody that was there praying for Jeremiah and I. We are really grateful. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. We don't take your love for granted at all. Shout out to my boss. Thank you so much, Tedra Bisoye. I love you so much. Yeah, like my mentor. Thank you so much, Ma. I really love and appreciate everything that you add to me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to my neighbors, the Adekunles. Thank you guys so much for praying for me, for being so supportive. Oh my god, I hope I'm not missing out anybody. But shout out to everybody who was there for me, who prayed for me, even when you know you couldn't reach out to me because you didn't know anything if I was pregnant or not, but you didn't stop praying for me, for God to bless me with the fruit of the womb. Thank you so much to all my friends. Thank you, Rachel, Princess. Thank you so much, EA. Thank you so much, Jumai. Thank you so much, Jemai. Thank you. Oh, my darling Vonetta. Thank you so much, Vonetta. I love you so much. Shout out to my auntie in the UK, Auntie Ade and Uncle Tunji. Thank you so much for your support, for always praying. To all my big mummies, thank you. I love you guys so much. And all my friends and families, my aunties, cousins, everywhere. Everybody that knew I was pregnant at the time and didn't stop praying and didn't stop supporting me. Thank you so much. Thank you to my darling Utomi. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Temitope. Temitope is my sister. Thank you so much, Temitope. I love you so much. In 2017, I told you I was pregnant. I told you in 2017 that I was pregnant and I lost it. And you've always been so supportive right from when we were babies. Thank you so much, Temitope. I love you so much. Thank you to everybody, literally everybody. Even if I have not mentioned your name, you were there praying for me. Shout out to Mercy. Let me tell you one funny story. Mercy reached out to me in September. She was also trusting God for a child at that time, and we both just randomly, prayed together. And I think she confirmed she was pregnant later that September, while I confirmed I was pregnant in October. Isn't God amazing? Shout out Mercy, my pregnancy twin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, darling. I'm so happy for you. So kiss Lily for me. I hope I've not missed out anybody. You're still watching this video till this time, you are the real MVP, and I really appreciate you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for watching my video till this time. Please don't forget to subscribe, and please give this video a thumbs up. God gets all the glory. God gets all the glory. God gets all the glory. So we have come to the end of my journey to motherhood series. The next content you'll be seeing now, we're going to be talking about a lot other things. We're going to be talking social media. We're going to be talking about beauty. We're going to be talking about faith, your faith as a Christian, and of course we're going to be talking about family. Jazel will be coming on this channel once in a while, and also I plan to do a husband tag with my husband. If you have any content you like to see, please leave a comment down below and let me know, and I'll be sure to film it. I'll be sharing content on beauty because I'm just an enthusiast. I'm not a makeup artist or anything, but makeup by me, by the way, and hair, I made the wig as well. So I'll be sharing contents on that here sometimes as well. From today, I plan to be putting out content like every twice in a week or 3 times in a week. It depends on how much I'm able to do, but as much as I can, I plan to put out content. Thank you so much for watching my video up until this time. I love you guys so much, and I'm so glad to have all of you in my life. And until next time, stay blessed.